Welcome to the $10 Million MSP podcast. This podcast is where I dive into the real stories of MSP leaders who have gone beyond 10 million in revenue, how they built their teams, created scalable systems, and turned their businesses into valuable wealth building assets. I'm Brian Hoppe, strategic coach to MSPs. I work with MSPs generally in the $5 to $50 million range. In each episode, I sit down with leaders who have built MSPs beyond 10 million in revenue to unpack the inflection points that truly matter, from the personal stories behind their journeys to the fundamentals like culture, operational maturity, and driving profitability. This isn't another MSP podcast about tools and tech. On the $10 million MSP podcast, you'll get behind the scenes conversations with leaders who've built thriving MSPs, their biggest wins, their toughest lessons, and the practical takeaways that you can take back and use right now. If you're an MSP owner who knows that growth starts from within, that mindset, leadership, and strategy align to create both wealth and meaning, then this show is for you. New episodes are released every other week, so let's jump in. All right, so today I am joined by Nabil Aitoumeziane. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was like, yes, all right, I got it right. So thanks for that. I'm really excited for the conversation today. Nabil and I have gotten to know each other a little bit over the last couple of years. We got to see each other in person at IT Nation recently. He has decades of experience in the MSP industry and Microsoft ecosystem, and it leads FSI as the president. And so I think this is going to be a great conversation. And Nabil, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. So I can do a quick introduction about myself. So I'm Nabil Aitoumeziane, the president of FSI Strategy. We are a Microsoft-first MSP, so we're focused on helping SMBs and nonprofits modernize, secure their environment, and actually get value like from the Microsoft stack. That's the whole point for us, being a Microsoft-first MSP. So I've been in the space, actually, you said about a decade. I've been in the space for about 25 years in the MSP space. Yes. So unlike most MSPs, I've lived through the chaos and scaling of people, margins, burnout, all of it.
Yes.
So these days, my passion today is helping organizations really get ready for the AI era that we live in. So starting, the whole point for us on the FSI side, it's like, we start with the security, governance. It's basically, this is not a hype anymore. So 2026 is going to be the year of the execution. So
absolutely,
the whole hype of the AI last year. So very excited to be with you today.
Absolutely, awesome. So, and then, and just so our listeners have some context, can you give an idea of your growth trajectory over the years as a business, and kind of where you guys sit today as far as maybe revenue, employees, client base, that kind of thing?
Sure. So we've been in business. So FSI has been in business since 2003. I came into FSI in 2006. Myself and my business partner, we are the two sole owner of FSI. So we've been like all the MSPs, we've been through a journey of growth, and you know how it is. We went from the million to the 5. Now we're about almost 12 million in revenue a year.
Okay.
So we had to go through all the what I call the hardship to get here. But the goal now, it's a bigger growth. I think throughout the years we have matured up as an MSP in every way, from operations to financials to the way we run business, and also understanding. 25 years being in the MSP, you have to evolve every year. Things change very quick. We live in the technology world where things are moving very fast, and as you know it, in the MSP world, you have to catch up to everybody else. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. And that's why we made the decision about, I would say, 10 years ago to go the Microsoft route. We wanted to be a little bit different. What makes us different than other MSPs? Because we are still an MSP at heart, at core as well. So we are more of the MMSP, a Microsoft Managed Service Provider, which even changed the acronym of MSP for us, Modernization Solution Partner, since we work with Microsoft, and we take our customers on a modernization journey within the security stack and modern stack. So that's so the way we're looking at the growth. So that this past year, like I said, it's been more of like a learning period about AI, understanding it, and this year we're going all out on trying to help all our customers be part of the AI era. So, and the way we're doing it through Copilot, through Microsoft. So, one of the things that we're trying to do it differently, that we include modernization into our customers' contract. If they are signing a 3-year MSP contract, the modernization projects are going to be included in it. So to be, get them AI ready.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So that's the direction for us for 2026, to make sure 100% of all our customers, they're modernized.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, and we definitely want to get into that, because obviously AI is a big thing on people's mind, and so we'll definitely dive into that some more, because you guys are doing some unique things in monetizing it as well. So I want to ask, as you've grown the company. And a lot of what we talk about here is leadership and kind of what it takes to actually lead at a higher level. What would you say are some of the biggest leadership lessons that you've had to learn as you've grown your company?
Process. Well, for me, if you don't have a process in place, it will be chaotic. And like we know that chaos, I feel like chaos equals MSP. It's funny because, but don't forget, we are running one of the hardest business, because it's all what you can eat. You know what I mean? Like this is the thing when it starts, like when I talk about process, customers things like when they pay a flat fee, they get it all.
Yeah.
That's when you have to be very specific of what you get, what you don't get, whatever. And then having processes in different departments, because at the end of the day, I don't care what business you're in. If you're not having a product, it's the people that make the company. So everybody here at FSI is very important. So having a chaotic environment, it's equal failure. So those are the lessons that I've learned through years. It's how can you be more organized, having your operations very tied up, having different departments talking to each other, all working together, because we are one company. So those are the things. I mean, if you ask me what is the hardest thing at running an MSP, I think it's people. Because an MSP is made of people, and you have to surround yourself with the right people. So, so for me, those are the biggest lessons. Like I'm learning, I've learned how to manage people, and then I learned the other thing is to delegate. As you grow, as an executive in an MSP, you cannot be all over the place.
Right.
You need to pick something, and then need to learn how to delegate to others within the company to do those other functions. Because as you know it, Brian, you came from it. When we are MSP owners or executives, we do it all. We wear every hat in the company, and I think that will actually stop you from growing. So you need to figure out what you're good at, whatever, and then bring in people who are better than you at the other functions, and then learn how to delegate. Because I feel that I see it in our community, the MSP community. A lot of people that are struggling with the growth, like when they get to that 4 million, whatever, and then they just get stuck there, whatever. And that's where you start making the decision of bringing in the right people to help you succeed. Because alone, don't forget, it's always one person. You cannot be all over the place. But you need to hire the right people to help you achieve your goals. But always look for somebody who is better than you on those functions.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, and that's the way I look. And by the way, I don't look down on it, because at the end of the day, leadership is about not doing it all yourself. It's also having other people be part of your journey. And then also uplifting people, like training people, making them better. And if you can even make them better than you, please do. Because at the end of the day, who wins? It's the company.
Yeah.
It's the person. So, so those are the things. And like I said, the way I see it, I think we did a lot of changes as we grow with staffing and all that. So you just have to surround yourself with people who are better than you, and
Hmm.
always treat your people with utmost of respect, because that what runs your MSP. We are adults here. We're not here to be, we got to treat your employees with respect. And the goal for me, like if you ask me, Nabil, what is your goal as a person, whatever, for your company? My goal is my people here.
Hmm.
I am a people person. My success is our employees' success,
Yeah.
and that's why I think we stress a lot. We always want to have results on our goals, and because when the company succeeds, we make sure that we uplift our employees. We bring them up. So we
Yes.
have a path for them to grow. Otherwise, people turn around. MSP, our business is the hardest business.
Yeah.
Like, like a lot of people forget, we are on the top, but people forget the people that work in the service desk who
Hmm.
get hammered every single day. Nobody calls to say hello when they call the service desk. Everybody's coming in hot. Well,
Yeah.
yes, you have to make sure that you talk to those people and thank them for the hard work, because they are the front line of the company. They are the face of the company, and they feel like as we grow as a company, sometimes a lot of people do forget that.
Hmm.
And those are the heart of the business. So for me, like I said, one of the best things we've done is we surrounded ourselves. By the way, we built a lot of our leaders internally, and then of
Hmm.
course we had to go and get some from outside. But we have some few beautiful stories of people who've been with us for 9 years. Started as a service coordinator and made it to a COO. One example is our guy Charles Rutowski, who is absolutely amazing. But he's known the company. He started as a service coordinator, so he knows every position in the company.
Hmm.
A great was groomed internally, and he's a superstar here at FSI. Because
Brilliant.
for me, operation can take you down. If you don't have your operations together,
Hmm.
it's chaos.
Yeah. Wow.
So on
There you go. Yeah, so there's a lot of meat in there, and I think when as I've been talking to other leaders and CEOs, even up to the $250 million range, I mean it ends up becoming about people and process and a lot of the things that you mentioned there. Um, so what would you say, like, for you as a leader in this process of growth up to the 12 million dollar range, what's been for you the biggest shift that you've had to make, maybe in your mindset, or in your leadership behaviors, in order to kind of step into that level of leadership?
great question, because it starts at the leadership.
Hmm.
So it took me a long time to figure out what I'm very good at.
Hmm.
Like that's a question I've been asking myself for years.
Hmm.
What am I good at? Like, so, like when you are a leader, or let's say an owner of an MSP, you're jack of all trade and master of none,
Yeah. Yep.
right?
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can just have to face it. I am not a technical person.
Hmm.
I went to a business school. I worked in a couple of IT companies before, but I've never been a technical person. I don't touch things. I don't work on it, but I understand it. And so for me, it's when you realize what you're good at and you put all your effort into what you're good at, you see result. And that's what I've done 3 years ago.
Okay.
What I realized, I am a people person,
Hmm.
all right? And I communicate really well when it comes to C-level executives about technology, the overall, because what I've learned, when you're talking to a customer, most of them, they're not the decision makers, especially in the SMB world where we belong, where MSP support. You're talking to the big leaders, the CEO does not know much about technology.
Right.
He wants to have a business conversation. And those are the conversations that I love to have, because I understand it. First of all, I drink my own Kool-Aid. I'm running my own business, so I understand the financial part of it, the
Yeah.
operation part of it. So When I realized that, what I did, and that's when I put myself as the president and I became the brand officer. When we went to that Microsoft thing, so I put all my effort into it, like what I
Mhm.
was very good at, and what I did. The success will always come. It's when you remove that extra noise to the side. You know it firsthand. When you're a CEO of
Absolutely.
an MSP, you're gonna be called about every problem there is with the customers or operations or sales or so even if you have a schedule in front of you and your calendar is full, there will always be something. I learned to be more disciplined. I think discipline
Mhm.
will set you for success.
Yeah.
And that's what I did not have in the past. When
Mhm.
I started the MSP growing, because basically we had uh, nobody to kind of direct us. We had to do it ad hoc and learn as you go. But now what I've done is I also surrounded myself with very successful MSPs, CEOs from MSPs that I get also a lot of advice from. It's one thing that I've learned.
Mhm.
You can always learn one thing from somebody else who's better than you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm always looking at.
Yeah.
It's when I have an issue, I call those people. It's like in the peer groups. So I'm a big believer in those. I think
Yeah.
you cannot succeed on your own because what I've been doing differently now compared to 10, 15 years ago. Now, when I have an issue, I have some CEO friends, some other MSPs, and I ask them, it's like, hey, I'm going through this issue. How did you guys handle that part? So it already cuts me a lot of time that I'm not wasting,
Right.
trying to figure out. So those for me, that all the lessons because I feel like you only learn from others that've been there, and there is no shame to ask. And then I feel like for any leader, they need to figure out what are they good at. That's a
Mhm.
question I will ask anybody. That's a great exercise to lay down and ask yourself,
Yeah.
what am I good at? If
Right.
tomorrow FSI is no longer here,
Mhm.
what would I be like? What would I be doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
I
good.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people like just think about it for a minute. Just think about it. Like, hey, if tomorrow there is none, you don't have your MSP, what would you be doing? What are you good at? Find out. And I did, and when
Mhm.
I did, honestly, my energy level went to another thing because now I'm
Yeah.
only concentrated on building this relationship with Microsoft, working with the customers. I am not boggled down with like the day-to-day things. I have the leadership meeting on a weekly basis. I get what I need to know if I need something, but otherwise, I'm concentrating what my goal. My goal is to help customer grow FSI and grow the hell out of our relationship with Microsoft. Because for me, if you ask me today, it is the best company out there to come to especially support the SMB market. The tools
Mhm.
that Microsoft offers when you get an E5 license with most of the stack, you can be running your business with one place. Look,
Mhm.
let's face it, MSP world, we are the holders of tools. We buy from every tool. You go to IT Nation and there is all the vendors, which is fine. I mean, but now I think as you grow and you mature, you start being very selective. What works?
Mhm.
For us, it became very easy decisions because of the decision when we went as a Microsoft-centric MSP. So we only work with partners who are also very strong partners of Microsoft.
Right.
So at the end of the day, whatever product that we decide to go with, whatever it has to help our customer, not just to
Absolutely.
buy things. Yeah, because we went through a few audits of tools that we bought, and the engineer asks you to buy a tool, and then you use it for 6 months, and then they're no longer using it, but you're paying for it. They don't
Yeah.
see it,
Yep.
but you, as a leader, when you run you look at your financials, you're like, hey, are we using this? No. So what are we paying for it? Oh yeah,
Mhm.
we're hooked in a 2-year contract or 3-year contract.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
those are the little
Tool
things.
sprawl, we like to call that,
Yeah,
right? It's tool
and I'm
sprawl.
sure you have
Tool.
seen it. I think we keep seeing it a lot with the smaller MSPs because they don't know. And that's why I will encourage any small MSP that's trying to grow, find somebody that can be your mentor or,
Mhm.
build a friendship with some bigger ones. Don't go to somebody at your size. Go, if you're at the 4 million mark, whatever, go meet, make a friend, another CEO who's doing 25 million. So he
Yeah.
can kind of be your, mentor, direct you a little bit. And I think a lot of, that's the beauty about our community. I think we have a beautiful community. People help each other.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
not going, yeah, there's no more animosity, whatever. I think it's an open market, and I think people are willing.
Hmm.
If you talk to another CEO, they're willing to come because they've been there. They
Hmm.
lived your life. They were in your shoes.
Hmm.
They were a one-person company, and then 10, and then until they get to the level where they are, 200 employees, whatever. So those are, so don't waste too much time. The best thing you can do as a small MSP, build relationship with other CEOs,
Hmm.
build like a peer group on your own.
Yeah.
Like where you have like access to these people. So I think that's the best advice I can give.
Yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
I know it served me. I
Yeah.
have I call a lot of I would not be putting names here, but a lot of CEOs were doing in the 200 something million, whatever that I became friends with, and
Yeah.
I call and they get advice, and they get they get mad at me on not acting on things. When I tell
Yeah.
them last month, I asked them something, they give me an advice, and I'm like, what are you waiting for? But that you need that.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think,
Yeah, and that's been a huge piece for me, and especially so. What really struck me is on finding the things that you're really good at, because and this is an exercise that I go through with a lot of my clients, and this is a concept from the book The Big Leap, but it's finding your zone of genius, and that's what it really reminds me of, right? It's the things that you're uniquely good at, that you're like best in the world at, that bring a lot of value to your company and the people around you, and they're easy and they're fun for you. And if you can figure out what those things are and then systematically delegate everything else, not only are you gonna like have a lot more fun in life and in business, but also your business is going to do better as well.
absolutely. And you see, this is what I was going to say. So my first thing was about the whole peer group, finding a CEO, or
Yeah.
find a consultant like you who's been there. You need to talk somebody that drink that Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
not a consultant that comes from outside of our MS, because MSP, if you didn't live it, you don't know it.
Right. Yeah,
So for
absolutely.
me, if for me, for example, you're a big resource for me. You've been there, you
Hmm.
live that. So like, if I ask you for an advice, you know what I'm talking about, and you're gonna
Hmm.
give me the right thing. That's why I would tell anybody that's trying to grow and they're like stuck in that growth mode, talk to a consultant. Find a CEO. If there is no CEO that can help you, find a consultant that came in from the MSP or that was wearing the shoes before you. Who
Yeah.
knows? He can at least direct it because he's been through that struggle of, like, when you get to the 5 million and then to get to the
Yep.
10, it's like the hard one. But when you hire a consultant or you have somebody, a strong person that CEO from another big MSP can help you, go for it. It will cut you a lot of. Don't waste money on consultants for other little software thing, or think more about the growth of the company. Like, how can you grow the operations, the sales, the
Hmm.
so, and all that, it has to come from somebody that's been in our business. You
Yes.
cannot go to somebody because MSP, it's a lot of ISVs, they have hard time getting into our world, MSP world,
Yep. They do. Yep. Yeah.
because it's a difference. So yeah, for me, the biggest advice I would give to any MSP who's trying to grow,
Hmm.
find a CEO, whatever P group, or find a consultant like what you do because you lived it. So it's easy because you drink that Kool-Aid. It's much easier. You can tell
Hmm.
them. And by the way, not I love it when I have a third eye, like an outsider coming in and looking into us and tell him, what do you see? Like, I tell him how we do. Oh my God, you hear a different perspective, and I love it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that you don't see.
Hmm. Yep. And
When
that's
someone,
yeah. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a thread I think among the conversations that we've had here on the podcast, as far as nobody has grown their MSP to 50 million without help, right? Like, and when we start out, we think that where it's like, well, I started this thing, I got it to here, I don't need any help, I've got this thing. Well, actually, no, you do. And it's going to shortcut all of the problems that everybody else has already run into and solved, right? So why not go find somebody to help that's been there and done that and can help you actually accelerate the growth to where you want to be?
I will tell you the biggest mistakes as well we have done, and I will be. It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's one of the biggest
Yeah.
thing. If I had to go back 10 years, it's one thing I'm learning is to make decisions right away. There is no bad decision.
Right.
No decision. There is nothing better. Just make a decision. If it's bad, at least you made it. But if you are having issues and there is people coming in the way, and you have like when it comes about like staffing, and you got to make that decision
Yeah.
or whatever. Like with the software that you got, if it's not working, why are you keep doing the same thing that's not working and expecting and then go and do it again? So
Yeah.
that's a mistake I have done. I own it. I've learned from it, and I hope everyone else that's listening or listen to it is to learn from it. You got to learn from it. You got to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
We are MSP owners. A lot of I think of the people don't know about the stress we go through, and it affects not only your work, it affects your personal life, whatever. Those are the two things that I've learned now. I want to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
and when
Yeah.
I'm happy, I want everybody in my staff to be happy. So that's the whole goal. But to do that again, you have steps. That's what I said. Talk to another CEO, talk to a consultant like you. They can give you some advice because there's some things that you can change that can change the company in a good
Mm-hmm.
way,
Absolutely.
you know. And then there's a lot of things that I'm learning about loyalty. Who are you loyal to? Are you loyal to the whole company or to one person?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the decisions you have to be very smart on making. I know we all have a heart. I'm all about people, but the loyalty has to be to the company, not
Yeah.
to only one person. It's
Mm-hmm.
to everybody in the company, and those are the things that my 2026 are set on. It's like
Yeah.
I'm caring more about everybody. It's not like every single person, but everybody, the company as a whole. Because when a company grows and succeeds, everyone in the company grows and succeeds as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, and I think about that as like, are we making our decisions and doing the right things for the greater good of the company, right? That's the thing that's got to be front and center in everybody's mind, from leadership all the way down.
And like it's funny. I love how you said it because, and sometimes when you make those decisions, they are the hardest decisions to make because they're
Hmm.
tough decisions.
Hmm.
But you have to make them.
Yes.
Tomorrow, you have to live today for today. Nothing guarantees. You
Hmm.
know what I look for now? I've learned this. I look for my happiness for today, not tomorrow, because no guarantee I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no guarantee telling me that I'm going to leave and nothing will hit me and I'm gone.
Hmm.
So I live day to day, but my happiness is for today. And then I look when I'm happy today, and I'll make it to tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to make it another happy day because
Man.
there is no guarantee
Yeah.
about what's tomorrow. So that's the philosophy I go by. It's about everything that I'm doing today.
Hmm.
And by the way, I mean, we are in the world, you cannot make everybody happy, as
Hmm.
customer wise, whatever. We have to go back to basics when it comes to customer service, even in sales. We got to go back to where we were when I started 25 years ago, meeting with the customer. It's a face to face. People, a lot of things that they're forgetting. It's another human being that's buying from you. It's people to people, and we have lost that during COVID, whatever it became all digital things and remote stuff. No, now people are back to the normal life to where we were before. So that's one of the big mistakes from our end as well. Like we lost traction of our customer service and where the stuff we used to do, go visit customers, we didn't. We're going back to it. We're going back to where we started,
Hmm.
to the
Yeah.
basics,
Hmm.
because that's the only thing that works. It's human. We're selling to other, when people buy, of course
Hmm.
there's a company name, but people buy for that person who's selling to them. If they don't like them, they're not gonna buy.
Yeah. They've
That's
got to
how
know, like, and trust you, right?
exactly. Yeah, it's all. By the way, it's all about the trust. I think that's the T, capital T. It's the biggest word because you need to build that trust
Hmm.
for people to buy from you. To
Absolutely.
build that trust, that needs to be a lot of human interaction with these people. They need to know who you are. They
Yeah.
need to know, of course, who is the company, but they need to know you as a person too.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
most of
Absolutely.
the messages now that I'm doing, and I'm working with a little bit with the sales team and all that, it's like we need to go back to basics of customer service, of selling, of account management.
Hmm.
Uh, we got a little bit. We cannot let the tools run our business. We cannot just be relying on tools to do things for us. Yes,
Yeah.
tools are great to make us more efficient, all right, like through reports and all that. But it's not the tool who's going to be doing the customer service. It's not the tool who's going to be selling for you.
Hmm. It's the
So
people, right?
yeah, exactly. So we have. That's what I've been. It's funny. This morning I had a leadership call, and that's what we discussed. Back to basics. We
Hmm.
need to pick up the phone, talk with the customer, go meet the customer at their office, go take them out to lunch. Sellers, when you're saying to a customer they're local, you need to go. No more remote thing.
Yeah.
Because when you meet them, it's a very different. I remember it. I used to be, me and my business partner, like going to all the sales. This is what the real deal were made through people.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah. So that's. I think this is where we are. I think the kind of COVID kind of threw us off a little bit, of the change on how we do business. But I feel like the best way to succeed today is to just start with the basics.
Hmm.
Make sure you take care of your customer. That's who pays us.
Yeah.
Because of them, we are in business. So they need to be your priority. Make sure your employees are your priority as well. Because if your employees are not happy, the customers won't be. Because that's a ripple effect. If so, you got to make sure those two sides are both very happy. So
Absolutely. Yes, I love that. And I want to go back to something that you mentioned about about decisions, and it's kind of like it's more important to actually make a decision and not sit on it, even if it's the wrong thing. And something also that I found is it's important to push decision making as far down into the organization as possible and as reasonable with with clear guardrails and things like that, so that not everything is coming right back to you as the owner.
I love it because
Yep.
I think that's the biggest problem. Because you remember what I was telling you earlier? You got to build that layer of
Hmm.
leadership where they have to learn how to make the decision without involving you.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and that it all comes, it takes time, for you and I and other MSP owners. It's very hard for us to give the keys to the castle. But I've
Hmm.
learned that. Now I gave it. You have to
Yeah.
trust. It takes some time, but you need to be removed from those decisions. You got to deal with the bigger things that need your attention.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the day-to-day things, you should have the right layer of management to take
Hmm.
care of that.
Yeah.
So I can concentrate on what I'm doing. That's why I told you I find I'm good, because that's how basically you get bogged down back into not doing what you're good at, is to
Uh-huh.
start dealing again with that chaos. So I love how you put it in there. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Well, and that also, by the way, helps with decision velocity, right? Because then it's like you're no longer the bottleneck as the owner or the leader or the CEO. You're saying, hey, make the decision. If it's a problem, okay, that's okay. We can go back and fix it if we need
Fix
to,
it.
or we can
Exactly.
change it. And if nothing else, they've learned something and grown as a leader themselves.
I don't know, man. I feel like you're in my brain right here. It is, no, no. It is the honest truth. What you just said, it's
Uh-huh.
absolutely 100% right.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even if they make a mistake, it's okay. They're gonna learn from it. That's how they become better leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they don't make mistakes, they will learn.
Hmm.
And they're not gonna have that. You need to be there to support them. Say, hey, okay, a mistake was made. Let's fix it. Let's move on. Let's
Yeah.
not look back anymore. I said
Right.
that's my new philosophy. It's to move forward.
Yeah. There you go.
We're going to deal with whatever consequences later. But if there is an issue, let's fix it and move on, and then we'll go back and figure out what happened.
Right.
But
Right.
I think for me, that's great. Even if they make a mistake, whatever, it's something that we can fix, and then they learn the lesson from it. So, and that's how they become good leaders, because if you're always involved in every decision, that's micromanaging.
Mm-hmm.
And then it will take you out of the bigger things that you can want to accomplish to grow the company. So you need to build that layer of trust of people in the leadership to make the right decision. And even if they don't, they need to learn how to figure out to fix it and move on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think this is the thing that the hardest thing as an MSP exec or owner. We were all involved in every single decision of the company, for God's sake. Every department, every person, every tool, anything that, you can't. We're human beings. We did it, but it comes to the point where you are burnt out.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what you do anymore. What is your position? Because you are dealing with different departments. Like, for example, I don't get involved much within the engineering world, whatever. Those are very things. But I get involved in the higher level of the process, and but I don't get too much involved in that. There is a leader for that, and that's who I talk to when I need to talk to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
There's those layers today, and that's what I like. And I think this is really going to help us now. We scale for the growth. We're ready for it. We have the right departments. We have the process in place.
Yeah.
Now it's just like bringing in the customers to be able more to support that. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then again, now it's like no complaint. Now, like the thing about it, there's AI that came into the game, which AI is helping us work with our process, like write some, basically, a lot of things that people talk about, they're doing AI. Let me just go back to this.
Yeah.
They do automation and they call it AI. Process. So there's like a whole misconception. But my point to you is like by having AI today, AI can help us a lot with the process to manage it. So we have to utilize those tools in the right way. How can it make us better? It's not about replacing people, but how can it make those people much better?
Yeah.
There is a thing that I joke about and I tell people since I started to use Copilot, which is the truth. He turned me from a donkey to a horse race. I become a much better executive. I'll tell you why, because sometimes I do put my ideas in Copilot and it puts them in a plain English and very, how I wanted it. Like I talk to it like I'm talking to a person. I'm talking to another CEO. I'll ask it a question and, So I tell people, one thing that's the world we live in today, very different than when you and I we started our MSPs. It's knowledge today is democratized. Nobody can tell you I don't know something. With all the Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, no one can tell you anything that I don't know. If they tell you that, that's not somebody that I want to be working with.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know today, anything you need to know can be found on the internet. Anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, but what I'm saying, of course, stick into what you specialize in, whatever, but be better at it. You utilize AI to help you be a much better, employee.
Yeah.
So utilize those tools, the AI tool, to make you a better person, better employee. How can it save you? Like, the admin stuff in the morning for your emails. Build the agents. No joke, it takes 30 minutes. You go on YouTube, you look at the freaking video, 30 minutes, it can show you how you can build a small agent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this today, there is no, again, this knowledge being democratized for all of us. It's amazing, Brian. I was having a conversation last night with someone. I said, we used to write papers in college. We have to go to the library to just figure out what's the population of some countries.
Right.
Like when you're writing a paper about something, just like simple things, like what's the population of Japan? Back in the days, it's only in a book.
Yeah, you got to go to the encyclopedia.
Yes.
right?
It's funny we had that whole conversation yesterday.
Yeah,
Look where
yeah,
we are 25 years ago, 20
it's
years
crazy.
later. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's why I tell people AI is actually a tool that will really help you
yeah,
better yourself.
yeah.
Like, use it as your assistant, as,
Hmm.
as actually, AI is like a bigger brain than you. It's going to make you so much better.
Hmm. Yeah,
It will.
absolutely. And it's kind of like it said. I don't know who said it first, but AI is not going to replace all the jobs, but people who can use AI are definitely going to replace the people who can't.
And everyone, I mean, the big companies in the world, the Fortune 500, they all say it.
Hmm.
Use AI to better yourself. Otherwise, you won't be here anymore because the
Yeah.
people who are going to be using AI, those are the
Hmm.
people who are going to still be there, and it's
Yeah.
going to advance them. So
Yeah.
like I tell people, the best advice I give, use it every day. Like give an hour, 1 hour
Hmm.
a day to learn it. You know, train yourself on it, and there is you have everything online today, like for training to train you how to use Copilot, how to
Yep.
it is absolutely amazing what it can do for you.
Yeah. 100%.
You know.
Yeah. So on that note, maybe talk a little bit about how you guys are using using Copilot or AI internally, just to help you guys, I don't know, better serve your clients, be more efficient, that kind of a thing.
So AI, we use it in the different departments. Like for example, we use AI for our marketing
Hmm.
department. I don't know if you're aware, but we can talk a little bit. But we were with ConnectWise for about 14 years. But again, we're very different as an MSP. We moved to Dynamics.
Oh, okay. All right. For your PSA for like
So
ticketing and everything.
yeah, for PSA, we're with Kaseya, then 14 years with ConnectWise. A year and a half ago, we made the decision. We brought everything into Dynamics. So,
Okay. Gotcha. So
so
you're
it's
very Microsoft committed. I mean, like
Oh my God! If,
extremely.
if you find anybody more committed to Microsoft, please, I would love to meet them.
Okay, we will let the Microsoft team know that you've officially drank all the Kool-Aid. And no, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
they
It's
know.
like,
Oh my God! It's like yeah, but so like what was good for us, even when we made the move, and Copilot wasn't that hot. But now we're using Copilot in sales and
hmm,
Copilot in marketing is to run campaigns in
hmm,
the
yep,
background. We have we built a process around it, whatever. So now what we're utilizing, like Service Desk now, for the tickets, whatever, they're using Copilot to see all the historical thing, and it
hmm,
tells you the last person how they fix it. So all that kind of stuff. So we are like that's the thing. It's like we are building now. We are in the process of building like agents for HR,
hmm.
finance, to
Okay,
help. So we're just trying to cut all the administrative stuff that didn't need really a
hmm,
person to automate. Like basically, like I said, it's automation as well. That's what
hmm,
it is of a
yep,
process.
hmm,
So of the admin process, the stuff that you don't want to be doing, whatever. And so I mean, yeah. So that's the journey we're going in. But I'll tell you, if you want to be successful when it comes into AI, you need to implement it internally first. You have to
right,
drink that Kool-Aid. You cannot go talk to a customer, and I think this is something that we're seeing more and more.
hmm,
Uh, I would no joke. I would say at 90% of the companies are trying to sell Copilot, but they're not internally 100% Copilot. You need to because you know what? You're going to be supporting it as well. So you might as well have your employees use it, know it inside out,
hmm,
and then take all the advantages of it because Copilot it really saves us a lot of time. The amount of time, I mean, we're actually trying to build a tool today to figure out how much money it's saving us and the ROI on it. And it is there is a big one.
hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So that totally makes sense. So, and how are you handling the security aspect of that just internally as far as data governance and those different kind of things to make sure, hey, people aren't seeing things they're not supposed to see and other things like that.
So when it comes to that, we use AvePoint.
Hmm.
And that's what
Okay.
they're very good at. It's like data governance and all that. Because
Okay.
by the way, I love it about this is again, it's a great question because one question everyone is talking about, okay, how we are implementing AI, but no one is talking about the after.
Hmm.
How do
Yeah.
you support it?
Hmm.
About the whole governance of okay, we went. Let's go back very quick. 2025. 2024 was like all the Copilot readiness. Let's go to a customer, get them Copilot ready. Not even think about it. Like, let's just go clean up the SharePoint, the data, and then secure all the data, put the governance in place, whatever, because, garbage in equals garbage out if your data is not that great. So we went through all that process the year before. This year, it's more of the execution of implementing Copilot for those customers 100%, taking it in, and then showing them the tips and tricks on how they can use it, how they can save time on stuff. Because, I'll tell you one thing I've learned. You can take a customer to Copilot, but if you don't train them the right way, they're not going to use it the right way. They're going to tell you this is not a good product. So you have training has to be a big part of it. Otherwise, on anything that we do as an MSP, when there is a new product, whatever like that, you need to have trainer and staff is to train your customers, because one, I always remind people, if you don't train your customer, you're going to get a lot of support calls. So you can drop that by, like, no joke, 60 to 70% if you train the company on the tools that you're giving them. Because if you don't do it, it's going to all come back into the support desk. Oh, I don't know how to do this. This is not working. This, But if you show them how they can use it, basic stuff of use of Copilot, whatever, you won't be getting as much of support calls.
Okay. Well, so that takes us, so kind of from internal, where how you guys are using it internally, to external. So you're obviously doing this with your client base. So maybe talk about how are you going about monetizing it, or getting paid to help your clients with AI.
So that's what I was going to tell. That again, another great question, because I've been answering a lot of those. To monetize on it, like, the year where we're going, 2026, we're in, it's all about agents. We've all been hearing agents and all those AI companies who are popping up every day. They built one agent, they call themselves an AI company, and So for MSPs, I think for us, this is big opportunity for us. Huge. You know why? Because even if a company is going to buy an agent or whatever, gets an AI company to help them build AI internally, those agents need to be managed for governance. You were talking about security side of it. It's going to be part of our managed service. It becomes an MRR. We have to support those things. We have to keep watching them. It's going to become kind of like you're supporting a server. That's what an agent is going to become, because it needs to be watched. It needs to be maintained, for the customers, because they're going to add things, remove things, they make it better as they go. It needs, a constant work on that agent. So I think for us as MSPs, a lot of people are like scared. I'm like, no, I'm looking at it more as an opportunity. More of our customers that we're supporting, they're getting AI agents, whatever. That's why we need to learn, all of us, to work on AI, understand AI. How can we support it when it comes to the security and the data and all that, and the governance? That's part of the support. Is going to be, for us, MRR coming out of that. You're going to charge like a $500 per agent a month, whatever, you know what I mean? To support, because that agent is very active. People are working on it. So me, I'm looking more at it. People are like, oh my God, there's all those companies that are coming in, they're going to take all out. No. I'm looking, okay, they specialized in one thing in AI, they're building this for the customer, but we're going to be the ones supporting it. It's in the environment we're supporting.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to have to charge them to maintain it, to secure it, to make sure the governance, it's all working and all that, because it's all, even if it was built by an external company, but it's still in the customer's environment that we're managing. So it needs to be running under our rules.
100%.
Yeah.
So okay. So are you also helping them? Are you helping your clients, currently helping your clients build agents?
Yes, we have. Absolutely. We do.
Okay.
And we have to. The thing about it, like I said, 2026 is the year of execution, for the reason now they're more aware about what AI is. Last year, I'm telling you, it's chaotic. You can sit with 5 people in one table at dinner, and you're going to hear 5 different versions of what AI is. or how they see it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And
so
so I think you alluded to earlier, but and are you essentially building that into your managed services agreements as far as the building and support of the agents that you're deploying
yes,
for your clients? Okay.
absolutely, because
Mhm.
that's what I said. That's what I was saying like earlier. A lot of the MSPs, they feel like it's a threat, whatever, of those agents. Actually, I look at it more of an opportunity of more MRR for us
Mhm.
to support.
Mhm.
But it would be better if we, all of us, as MSPs, we build the agents ourselves for our customers,
Mhm.
especially if they have like an E5 license, Copilot with Microsoft, whatever. That you can do that, and that's why like we are experimenting, because we just do not want to go to market with something that doesn't work. We only go to market with something that works for our
Mhm.
customer, because it's a big risk as well. You put something bad on your customer, and that's goodbye the relationship.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
do like the wrong,
Yeah, absolutely. There's
if
a
you put,
measure of trust that you got to keep there. And so,
uh,
do you have a team that's dedicated specifically to like building the agents, supporting the agents,
yes,
those kind of
we
things?
have
Yeah.
we have two people, but
Hmm.
now we're going. We already started a while ago. We're training everybody in the service desk about Copilot, not
Hmm.
about using it, how to
Right.
support it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Because
it. Yeah.
no, no, I
Go
was
ahead.
going to say we're in the era of AI now. Everybody's either buying, like I said, Copilot or other AI tools. We have to learn how to support them. We need to understand it. So
Yep.
that's why we already started the training. We're training everyone because we are already starting to get some calls.
Hmm.
And now
Yeah.
we're going to be getting more and more as we go, because everybody is implementing AI internally. Every
Hmm.
customer, everyone is talking about it. It's the buzzword. People feel if they don't get it, they're going to be left behind. So this is the opportunity, I think, for us of MSPs is to learn more about it. It's how we can support it.
Hmm.
How can we monetize on it?
Hmm.
Because again, it is going to be a service, like a managed uh, service,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
It is.
it's basically somebody almost like putting a server into
Hmm.
your thing that you need to support. There's like a lot of data, it's like that data needs to be managed somehow. Who
Hmm.
has access to what, and you need to keep running reports, make sure still
Yeah.
not the wrong people having access to the wrong place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these things, that's what people like were thinking about. Just like building. No, it's like there is a life after building. It's
Hmm.
how can you secure that agent?
Yeah, and
How
manage
can
it, and yeah,
you
and
manage
that's where
it?
the
Yeah.
MRR is as well. That's where the
That's
recurring
my
revenue
point,
is.
and that's why I look
That's
at it
exactly.
more like a big opportunity than
Hmm.
something. That's why I think all of us as MSP in the community, I think this is something that all like. Look, last year was the year everyone was struggling on where to start, how to do it, how to approach the customer about it. We didn't have much knowledge, all of us, you know. But again, this year it's a very different story. We have it implemented internally, 100%. So
Hmm.
we're all in it. We know how to work it. We learned so much. We actually saved so much money. We've learned like the time that we save, and we're training the people. Now that's are the things that we have to take to our customer. How can we make our customer better? Do
Yeah,
more with less for our customer.
yeah,
It's not about. By the way, at the end of the day, it's not all about just making the money. It's how can you also make the customer better.
hmm,
You
yeah,
have to have those two go well together. Like,
yeah,
how can you make that customer, modernize, secure, and safe? We're living in a crazy world today. There's like the basics that people have to have. Like security is becoming. Remember, 10 years ago, security there was only two security companies. Now every MSP is an MSSP.
yeah, or at least they claim to be.
Yeah,
Right?
unfortunately, but I mean security. I mean, I know 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I can tell you, my customers didn't want to hear a thing about it. Didn't want to spend the money on security outside of the antivirus and the firewall. Now it's a different world. Now we
Yeah.
live in a very, so, and that's what I say. It's like this is what the time now, and then with AI is only going to make it more difficult when it comes to security.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, also, there's other things about AI. If you go with Copilot, how can you stop the other things like ChatGPT from people not to put information of a company
Yeah.
in their personal phone, take a screenshot, and then have it those are the things we have to think as we go, like how far, because we're living in the same internet era, the .com.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this whole AI thing, because we don't know what's the end to it.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
far is it going to take us? So those are the things that we are thinking, because security, I think, is the most important. This is people putting all the data in there. I mean, like their life. It's the heart of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's why you use AI. It's through the data.
Yeah.
So
That's a big thing. It's a big
yeah.
thing.
So
Yeah.
the thing, you have to think about those little things that can harm you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and on there's so many directions that we could take the AI conversation, but I think it's MSPs have to figure out how to provide it, because that your clients are going to come to you for it, and if you have no answer, then they are going to go to somebody else for it, right? They're going to go
And
to
by
the
the
MSP
way,
down the street that knows it.
I don't mean to cut you, but if you don't go to them first, someone else has already approached them.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
You
absolutely.
you better be having, and that's why I love what you said. It's you need to package it. Like
Hmm.
the first thing first, understand it, implement it internally,
Hmm.
then have a small package for the customers that you're supporting. If it's SMB, something for SMB, simplify it, but bring in value to the customer. It's
Hmm.
not just about selling to
Yeah.
sell AI. It's what is the customer. Customers need to see big ROI on their investment, like when they do it. So
Yeah.
it's something that I think packaging it and like understanding it first, implementing it like internally, then put it into a package, then sell it to the customers. That will be, but don't wait to have the conversation. Even if you're not ready, start just talking with them, trying to understand what they're trying to do, what they're trying
Hmm.
to accomplish,
Yeah.
understand the customer's business.
Hmm.
Because by the way, I think we missed all of us the mark. AI, it's more of a business conversation more than technical, because you're trying to fix operational issues in your customer's environment. It's
Yeah.
not IT. It's not
Yeah.
technical. It's the
Yeah.
day-to-day thing. It can be within finance or HR or whatever, process they have that's broken.
Yep.
No, you need to talk to them and see how they're doing business, what they are trying to fix, and that's how you come up with ideas to build agents to fix those
Right.
operational issues.
Yeah. Well, and incidentally, it's also this is actually taking you up the value stack for your clients if you can get into these things, because it's no longer on the level of infrastructure, which is I mean, it's important, but it's not what they see as the most value to their company. What's going to
Hey,
help them make more money? What's going to help them serve their clients better? And
but
those are the things that they care about.
that's why I was going to tell you, Brian, we're going back to basics. Talk to the customers about their business, not about your freaking firewall or.
Yeah. How many service tickets you solved this month?
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
that.
sure, that's
That
important,
that
but
that the account management can deal, but us, like, it's more of a business conversation. You know
hmm.
where we're becoming MSPs today? We're becoming the PwCs, the Deloittes. We're
Yeah.
becoming more of like now consultant when it comes to AI, because it's more of a business conversation.
Yeah.
That you're trying, like I said, help them figure out how to fix some of the operational issues by
Hmm.
bringing in technology, which is AI,
Yeah.
to help them fix it. But you
Yeah.
need to have a business it doesn't have to be a technical person at all. You're
Yeah.
a consultant to
Hmm.
that customer,
Hmm.
understanding it. I think those are the things that we have learned from 2024 to today, 2025 to today. We're having business conversations.
Yeah.
It's not about technology. It's about how can I help your business thrive? What are the issues you're dealing with? Let's make a list. What are your priorities? What are you trying to get to? Like, understand the customer. We didn't have those before.
Yeah.
Now we're becoming like a true consultant.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're becoming.
And that's what MSPs need to become more and more. And I think it's a challenge for a lot of them. And so, man, I can't overstate the importance of that. It's like, have the strategic business conversation with the client, not the conversation about technology.
And to be honest with you, I mean, there should be like, which there is a lot of people in our community. We should be having lessons like this, when we go to those conferences, it's to have a session of somebody that's done something successful within the AI to
Mhm.
teach the rest of the MSP on how they're picking it. Like we need to share this. This is because that's the future for everybody. It's not that
Yeah.
you are selling. You're not giving up your secrets.
Right, right.
It
Yeah.
is really just advising so people don't mess up with
Yeah.
customers.
Yeah.
At the end
It's
of the day, all of us, if we didn't have customers, we won't be in business.
yeah.
So I think it's sharing some of the successful stories about AI implementations, Copilot or whatever AI has been built. Those are good because I think a lot of MSPs, all of us, will really gain from it. Like
Yeah.
hearing some good stories about how people did it and they were successful at it, what they're using. Like I said, again, we're in the AI era. This is what the opportunities are. It's like a war. When there's too much going on, it brings in opportunities because everyone want a piece of it, but it's chaos. That's something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that my customers are not going to be a part of this whole chaotic things, like install something and then a year from now we say, no more.
Yeah.
Like, they don't like it, it's not working, it's not what you told us. So we want to make sure we build, if we have our customers, we got to take our time understanding the customer and build something that really they can see a return on an investment. Otherwise, by the way, if you mess up this one, you lose your credibility and the trust.
Yeah.
And that can
Absolutely.
do it. So that's why there's like two sides of it. The good side, you can upsell, make your customer better. The other one, you can mess it up so badly, you get fired from even your MSP contract because
Right.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
those are the risks like, you got to look into.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I love it. Well, so man, as we kind of start to wrap up, I've got a few more questions for you. But one would be, what's one of the mistakes that you've made along the way, as you've been building your business that well, a mistake you've made that it'd be helpful for people to know so they don't make the same mistake.
Trust, but verify.
Hmm.
So that's a mistake when well, I'm going to be a little clear about that. When I was talking earlier about giving people trusting, like people putting people at sea level exam. So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
you trust at the beginning, but you have to verify because sometimes there's some decisions who are made who are very bad.
yeah.
They can affect the company as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for me, as much, even when I said earlier, I concentrate on doing my thing, but I still know what's going on in
Mm-hmm.
general without being involved. Because sometimes there's things I wish I can go back and then kind of redo it because I trusted somebody on taking the right thing and they do the absolutely wrong thing and it end up being very costly.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
so for me, it's really a big mistake. It's the trust. Like just trust and verify. Make sure that's we are in the business. So things change every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's why it's important to have like clear guardrails on decisions. Like when people are making decisions, it's like, hey, you can make decisions up to this point, and then we need to have a conversation about it, or that kind of a thing. But it totally makes sense that it's like, yeah, you've got to verify that things are right. And it sounds like
Look,
there was a hard situation that ensued. So with that particular situation, but yeah, makes sense, man.
and
Um,
again, like the other mistake, it's choose your people wisely,
mhm.
you know, and don't take anything personal. By the way,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this is exactly what did hurt me through the years. It's the personal thing because anything that happens internally, whatever, it affects me personally. And I think as we grow as a business or any MSP grows, we need to learn to be more like tougher. It doesn't mean it's excuse my French here, is like not being an asshole, whatever, but be firm. It's a business.
yeah,
So like at the end of the day, like I told you earlier, you got to think about the whole everyone else in the company
yeah,
to your
absolutely.
people as well.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, thank you for sharing that. I always like to end with a quick lightning round. So it's like, so it's like first thing that comes to mind, short answers. Okay. So, so first thing is, what's a belief or something that you've changed your mind about recently?
In every like business
Any
and
area?
anything.
Yeah.
Take care of your family first.
Hmm. Okay.
Like you can be nice, but you cannot be too nice because people will. No, no, no. It's true. People
Yeah.
take advantage of you
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when you're too
Yeah.
nice. They feel like for me, if you ask me, like one big thing, it's my family.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like first. Like I
Absolutely.
always tell people, like for me, it's family is the biggest thing. It's everything to me. When I say family, it's not just my wife and kids. Talking about my family, cousins, brothers, sisters. And one thing that I've learned: do not judge your family.
Mm.
They come into your life, so take them as they come.
Mm.
Friends, you can handpick.
Mm-hmm.
You are the responsible for it because you can choose your friends.
Yep.
But family, they come into your life. You have no choice. So you gotta accept them for who they are. And when you go start, this is the lesson I've learned in life. You cannot go to a 55-year-old or 60-year-old and tell them, "Are you doing this wrong?" You think they've done it for 60 years? You think they're gonna change today? Accept them for who they are. They're
Yeah.
your brother, your sister, whatever. Accept them. That's how they are.
That's
Make
great.
peace with it and move on. Otherwise, no, it will affect you because you're trying to. But if you let it go, things are gonna be all right.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So next question. What's something you've been curious about lately?
AI.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling that's the answer.
No, no, it's serious because it's. I'm learning every day something new.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. The more I think I know, and the more I meet smarter people, and I'm learning something new, and that's pretty amazing. That's why I was telling you I don't know where we are going because the more people I meet when it comes to this AI thing, it's I'm learning every day. I'm learning something new. I don't know what is the end of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably no. Probably no. Probably doesn't end. Right.
yeah, probably until the next whatever after AI.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever
So,
comes next. Right.
yeah.
Okay. What's one non-negotiable in your daily routine?
One non-negotiable, my daily routine.
Something you can't live without every day.
Talking to my kids, no joke. Because you know what? That's one thing that I do. See, I was traveling the past 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been home yet, so I'm gonna see them tonight. But I make sure that I call them every day
Mm-hmm.
before they go to school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
that's something. It's for me. It's not negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to call both of my boys just to tell them I love them. Have a good day. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Okay.
for me.
I
That's
love
like
that.
a non-negotiable. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then what's your go-to way to unwind or reset or relax?
I play soccer on Sundays now with the older guys.
Okay. All
Right.
right.
Yeah, seriously, it's been amazing. I just started about 8 weeks ago. Every
Okay.
Sunday I go play, and it's been unbelievable. Actually, I have a picture here showing me. No, because I haven't played forever, but I swear, I'm in another world for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think about nothing else.
That's awesome. I
I'm
love
like,
that.
yeah, and it helps me just, the running, whatever. And
Yep.
that's one thing. It's funny, I've been wanting to find something that helps me get the stress out. I used to go for walks and, runs, whatever. Soccer has been my best thing right now because I'm with the right people. It's fun. 2 hours,
Mhm.
you don't think about anything else.
Exactly. Yep.
Right?
That's me in basketball. 3 mornings a week. Usually, it's great. So,
You see, but that's
um,
exactly my point. Yeah. So you found your thing. And mine, it's soccer, and I love it.
yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then, what's a book or idea or a piece of advice that has most shaped you?
One book, forget the writer, but it's called Hope is Not a Strategy.
Ooh, okay. All right.
That was,
I will have to check that one out. I've definitely heard that title before, but I don't think I've read the book of that title.
it shaped me. I'm serious because it's true. Hope is not a strategy. You got to do something about it. You have to read that book. It's an amazing book.
Okay. I will
Yeah.
I will make sure that that goes on the list. Well, man, this has been a fantastic conversation. I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing with everybody who's listening. So, just where's if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, where's the best place for people to connect or follow what you're working on?
So LinkedIn. I live on LinkedIn, so that's what I'm. That's my professional platform. So
Excellent. Okay.
that's what I share everything. So please, like anybody can feel free. I'm talking to any MSP if they need any advice or whatever. Well, just to talk.
Yeah.
I'm here.
And
Reach out to me. I'm very accessible. Everybody knows me in the community.
yeah.
Reach out to me. I'm here. So
I can confirm that this is one of the most generous guys in the MSP community.
I will tell you, a lot of people would say I talk a lot, but you know what? That's how I was brought up to this world, and I'm not going to change today. Not at my age. It's like, this is one thing I go by. It's be a good person every day. That's it. If I can help somebody every day, why not?
Yeah, I love
do something good. That's my religion. Doing good things in life. Help others if you can. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. This has been very helpful and really appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon, man. Thanks for listening to the $10 Million MSP podcast. I'd like to encourage you to take just one insight that you heard today and put it into practice, because small shifts create big momentum. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to rate and subscribe on your favorite platform so you never miss a conversation. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.